Welcome back to Cheddar's Opening Bell. As the holidays inch closer, small businesses face the daunting task of staying afloat during the pandemic. And this year, in the face of all of that, Bar founder Christina Tosi is teaming up with Noel Brands, the maker of Ball home canning products, to launch the Made for Small Business Fund. And joining us now is Chef Christina Tosi herself. Really great to have you on. You've partnered with the makers of ball jars on this fund. So how can small business owners apply for one of the grants? What is this process like?
Great question. It's a super simple process. You go to freshpreserving.com/made for more anytime between now and January 31st. And you fill out a super simple application. We want to know how you use ball jars in some way, big or small, in your small business, how you show up for your community, why it's important for you. And we're going to select 10 winners that will each receive a $10,000 grant each, as well as access to different parts of the Ball brand community, from executives to support on social media and beyond. Because this year, more than ever, showing up for small businesses and supporting them in some way, shape, or form is so incredibly important to the fiber of our communities.
So you started Bar actually back in 2008, which means this is not the first time that you've had to get through an economic crisis. Do you have any advice for small business owners right now who are just trying to survive?
You know, that's just it, Jill. You have to go into a mentality of survival. You have to be incredibly flexible. You know who you are, you know what your small business is. But I'd say the greatest question to ask yourself is, how do I show up for my community? Where is my community? Where do they need me? And how can I get there and show up for them? It could be digitally, it could be through delivery, it could be through baking mixes, because baking at home is a thing that's big now more than ever before.
So New York City, was speaking of community, Bar is based in New York City. New York City itself about to be potentially shut down again because of a rising number of COVID cases. What would that mean for small businesses, for restaurants, which are already not allowed to have indoor dining? And what is your feeling about New York City? Do you think it's going to come back? We've seen this exodus, but do you feel still optimistic about New York?
I feel incredibly optimistic about New York. I mean, I've been a New Yorker now for maybe 20 years. And, you know, as challenging as it has been through this year, I think the heartbeat of New York City will always remain strong. There has been an exodus, but there's also been an incredible number of New Yorkers that know and believe in finding ways, big and small, to show up and to support the businesses that make this city what it is. New Yorkers, you know, you got to have a lot of grit. You got to have a lot of fight to survive in this city. And I don't think New York City is going anywhere. I just think it will continue to look different as these different waves of this year into next year sort of shape the challenge that we will be up against as small businesses and as New Yorkers by and large.
Switching gears here, holiday treats, always the rage, especially so this year. So if you can't get your hands on a Bar cookie, which I would love right now, but you do have some jars. I understand you have a fun rock candy recipe that you could make with these jars.
Yes. So we are still shipping into next week, cookies, cakes, pies, you name it, through Bar. But, you know, the fun of home baking also prevails during these times. So at the same website that you can go to fill out an application as a small business, you can get this recipe. You can also learn how to make it through my Instagram at Christina Tosi. I host an online baking bake club every Monday at 2 p.m. We just made this rock candy. It is super simple. You've got it right there. You make a really dense sugar syrup and you let these like wonderful little wooden dowels or pretzel sticks or candy cane bottoms submerge in them, and you watch these rock crystals grow over the span of 5-7 days. You can wash that ball jar out and use it as storage, or honestly tie a little bow around it and give it away as a gift. 'Tis the season.
I am officially hungry now. What is your favorite holiday treat?
I am like a cookie monster at heart. So for me, like the greatest gift is to receive like the tin of homemade cookies. Nothing beats that. But honestly, the flavor of the season for me is all about peppermint bark. That chocolate, that peppermint, that like crazy magic that happens when the two are paired together. We're rocking peppermint bark flavors across the Milk Bar universe. And you can even make rock candy the flavor of peppermint by adding a little bit of mint extract into that sugar water solution as you grow it in your ball jar.
Love it. Christina, I did want to mention before I let you go, I actually got my wedding cake from Milk Bar. It was a funfetti wedding cake. And I think of everything at our wedding, we got the most compliments on the cake. So thank you.
I'll tell you what, good food. Good food is what makes the world go round.
100%. Milk Bar founder, chef Christina Tosi, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.